Exactly a month ago, on the 9th of January 2026, Sonal Kellogg was called to her eternal reward. Her very sudden death shocked me, shocked many of us, very especially her legion of friends and admirers. Today, through this video message, I would like to pay my tribute to Sonal. Sonal epitomized so many things. I would like to highlight on just three dimensions of her life. Sonal, the communicator, Sonal, a woman of courage, and Sonal, an authentic Christian. Sonal was a communicator. Right from the earliest of days, she was a writer, she was a reporter, and she worked with some of the big names here in Ahmedabad and in other parts of India. She went to areas, perhaps, where few people went. She covered stories with a zest and verve. She brought to her newspapers, for whom she reported, a kind of a reportage that few women of her times were actually doing. Sonal always wanted to communicate the truth, what was just, what was authentic in reporting, and she did so. Sonal was a woman of courage. She believed in that feminine face of God. She believed in the women's movement. She believed in the rights of all. And her reporting, and very especially the YouTube channel which she launched, was all about reporting what was happening, maybe to the minorities, to the disadvantaged sections of society. She also wanted to highlight, since she was a woman of courage, those stories which were positive, that would be inspiring, that would create an impact on the life of others. It is not easy in today's world to stand up for truth, for justice, for what is right. But undaunted, fearlessly, Sonal did it right through her career as a journalist, as a media person. Sonal was above all a Christian, an authentic Christian. She believed in the person and message of Jesus, and she radiated it. Exactly a year ago, on the 9th of January 2025, we had organized here the first Speak Up program led by the Member of Parliament, Derek O'Brien. The whole thrust of the Speak Up programs which we have had since in several other cities throughout the country is to empower the laity and very specially give them, in the terms of synodality, the possibility of speaking up, of speaking out for what is right, for what is truth, and very especially on behalf of others. When we had the first Speak Up program here in Ahmedabad on the 9th of January, she died exactly a year later on the 9th of January, Sonal was, together with Derek O'Brien, a speaker too. She spoke strongly. She spoke with passion. She felt that Christians in India were being denigrated, were being demonized, were being denied their rights. And she did it with that flow which characterized her tremendously. It is interesting that towards the end of December 2025, I got a call from Sonal. She said, Father, can we do something about the attacks on Christians? So many attacks have been happening to Christians right through the month of December, very especially during the Christian season. I told her, Sonal, I'm away and I'll be back only in the first week of January 2026. She said, Father, that will be too late. So we did a long distance Zoom. That was the last major interview she did. And she asked me many questions, very incisive questions, questions which threw up a challenge because she wanted the fact that the Christians were being denied their rights, were being attacked, to be highlighted and brought to the notice of everyone everywhere. Today, as we celebrate the memory of dear Sonal Kellogg, let us thank God for the gift of her into our lives, to her own family, her aged mother, her sisters and brother, her two children, and very specially to all a host of admirers, of friends, of relatives, of well-wishers, of professional collaborators, and many others. It was touching to be there at her funeral about a month ago. We now ask God to give her that eternal reward which she deserves so very much. May God grant her that eternal happiness and may Sonal intercede for each one of us from above.